Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Let's sing together. Bim bum, bim 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 bum, bim 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 bum, bim bum, bim 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 bum, bim 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 bum. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. We'll light our special lights to lead us forward into Shabbat and bring some of this light into the rest of the week. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Ha'olam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Lai 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 Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. Think about this, that the people that we need, who are there when we need them, sometimes surprisingly so, sometimes steadily all the time. This blessing that we just sang says that these are messengers of peace from the Holy One, from the One Most High. Personal messengers sent to us personally. Let's welcome the Shabbat bride. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. L'shem al tiferet v'litchila, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We'll rise up in our hearts and our minds and face the doorway where the Shabbat bride, she's going to enter. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. These words are so beautiful that not only do we feel the special closeness of divine presence on Shabbat, but our inner light shines the brightest on Shabbat because we get a second soul on Shabbat. That's something to think about, isn't it? A second soul. The righteous shall flourish like palm trees, grow tall like cedars in Lebanon, rooted in the courtyards of our God. They shall bear fruit. Still fruitful in old age, they remain ever fresh and green, proclaiming that Adonai is just, our rock, in whom there is no wrong. Tzadik אתה מחר יפרח כארז בלבנון, יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולת בו. This week in the Torah, you know, we're coming toward the very end of the book of Numbers, the fourth of the 5 books of Moses. And the scholars say that the 5th one was actually written much later, and it was, if you go through it, it's Moses giving a long speech, and he's kind of telling again for the second time all the stories that have been told in the first 4 books. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And so in that way, we might think of the book of Numbers as leading us to the close of the story that's happened since the book of Genesis. And we've had a couple of hints about Moses not getting to the promised land. I mean, God told him that when he struck the rock instead of speaking to it, instead of saying that God is bringing water from this rock to the people, and he said, "You want me and Aaron to get water for you out of this rock?" So God mentioned to him. And as we're approaching the end of the book, we get other hints about the death of Moses. Just a little bit at a time. And I'm finding that this year, maybe after this year of COVID, that's kind of working like that in my life as well. That the idea that we don't live forever gets a little more real. But there's something really beautiful in this week's portion. God appears to Moses and he says, "Moses, I want you to go up to the top of this hill and look and see the land that I'm going to give to the Israelites. Because you're not going to get there yourself, but you'll be able to view it. You'll be able to look across the river, the Jordan River, and you'll see it." And then God says, "And then I want you to take Eleazar, the priest, with you, along with Joshua. Joshua's been Moses' mentee. He's been training Joshua for quite a long time in the desert wandering. He says, "I want you to take Joshua up with you to the top of the mountain with Eleazar, Aaron's son," because remember, Aaron has already died, and Eleazar is his high priest replacement. "And I want you to put some of your glory on to Joshua, to take your hands and put them on him and transfer some of your glory on to Joshua in the sight of all the people, so that the people will know that he's the new leader and to respect him and to trust him, because he'll have some of Moses' glory." And so Moses does this, and it's this beautiful reminder for us that there comes a time when we let go and we pass on our blessing and our gifts and our well wishes to the next generation. What I find interesting is that God never says to Moses, "The time has come that you're going to die because all people die." He never says that. He says the reason you have to die is because you struck this rock. Well, not exactly right. That's the reason he can't go into the promised land. But anyway, it's a beautiful story, but when the best part is when God says to Moses, "You're going to die in that mountain, just like Aaron, your brother, did." What do you think Moses answers? We would think like, who, me, why, what, things like that. But no, what Moses says is, who will you replace as a leader for the people so that they won't be like a herd of sheep with no shepherd? Moses' first concern is the people that he's come to love. And I hope that we can take that lesson, that our concern will be less for our own lack of continuing on to live forever and more for the blessings that we can bestow on the people that come after us. Pretty big lesson this week, huh? Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, me'al kol Yisrael, Behimru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'yimeru, amen. Let's bring to mind people that we know who are in need of healing. It's always good to say their names, and we'll sing our blessing for them. As soon as I can find it. Here we go. I have a book I'm reading from. Got their names? Mi sheberach avotinu mekor habraha limotinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotinu mekor habraha lavotinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We'll remember those who've passed, either in years past where we're commemorating their yahrzeit, or whether it's someone who may have died recently in your circle of loved ones. Again, say their names. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'emru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. On Shabbat, we get to take deep breaths. Slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. So if you have a special beverage, let's lift our cups. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'achava v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, etzer l'tziachat mitzrayim, ki banu achata, ve'otanu kidashta, im kol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Find one moment that is pure joy this Shabbat. That's my wish for you. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. A Shabbos of peace. Shabbat shalom. I'll see you next week.